focus more on the benefits of your product, and to get across in a professional level, like sales call. Next one.
Comprehensive communications that convey multiple points designed to persuade the customer to make a purchase.
Our last presenter we had said, I think it was one of the Norwood brothers. They talked about, like, this is the most important step in finding of, like, out of all the processes, because if you have a good presentation, it will allow you to get across to the customer in a way that they'll better understand your product. They'll be more interested, and you'll be able to find a need in them for like your product. And who has my first question? What do you guys feel like the most important part is?
Presentation.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that.
All right, thank you.
Let's give us some feedback. What did you guys observe? What did you observe? Go ahead, Becca. Power yours up. All right, so what did you see with it? Krista, go ahead.
It's a good example with like the Norwood group. I know like you asked us that before. We all said like closing was like the most important, and like presenting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once they said that, it was good. Good example.
What else?
Slides were organized well. Wasn't too much text.
Spoke slowly too, and like too fast.
That speech was understandable. Yes. What else? Say it all out. Go ahead, so everybody can hear it. Go ahead.
This presentation was great, but I think your example should be more like prepped. They should know exactly what you're trying to convey.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing notes, guys, so bear with me for a minute.
Good.
Alright, my name is Becca Jackson. I'm a junior here in my major is business administration, and my personal faculty that I play softball for Plymouth State. Play shortstop. It's important, but so this is chapter 2, chapter 6 on your objective 2 sales communication formats. Alright, so I'm going to keep this presentation short and hopefully sweet. We're going to discuss the 3 types of sales communications, and I'm going to have a few examples. We're going to go over the summary, and then we're going to answer questions. Alright, so the 3 types are canned presentations, written sales proposals, and organized sales dialogues and presentations. Who would like to read, or I'm going to toss this and then have one person read one bullet point and then pass it on to the next person.
Includes scripted sales calls, memorized, and automated presentations.
Can be complete and logically structured.
Do not vary from buyer to buyer. Should be tested for effectiveness.
Alright, can you keep that and then we're going to do the next, same thing for the next one. Alright, yeah, canned presentations. Each format has unique advantages and disadvantages. A salesperson might use more than one of these formats depending on the customer. Alright, then the next one would be written sales proposals. You can pass it on.
Proposal is a complete self-contained sales presentation.
Written proposals often accompanied by sales calls before and after the proposal is submitted.
Thorough customer assessment should take place before customer's proposal is written.
Great. Buyers expect clear and informative sales messages, and they are less tolerant of sloppy communication. And then the next one is organized sales dialogues.
Address individual customer in different selling situations.
Allow flexibility to adapt to buyer feedback.
Most frequently used format by sales professionals.
Right, so they're also known as organized sales presentations. Unlike canned sales presentation or an organized sales dialogue, this has a high level of customer involvement. So, and summary would be what I've stated before. So go ahead and feel free to read that over again. And then, who was my first question? Oh no, that's not it.
Yeah.
What was my first question?
Which sales communication format is the most effective?
I would say the organized sales dialogue because it has more customer involvement and it helps you find out the needs faster, I guess. Anyone else?
Give us some feedback. What do you guys observe?
Did a good job with like her time and our time.
Oh, you're gonna say that again? I got it.
Like separating her time and like our time with the football so she could prepare herself while we were reading off the slide.
Exactly, good. What else? Go ahead, Chris.
Very calm, spoke well.
Yeah, what else?
Smiled a lot.
What's that?
Smiled a lot.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more smiling, but, well, who's up next, by the way? Who's got 4 or 3? Who's got, you got 2, right? So the handing out the football was good to go around, but
Oh yeah, okay.
what could she have done to the slides to make the slides themselves more engaging? There were a few photos, which was good, or a few visuals, but what could Becca have done to make the slides themselves more engaging?
Fill in or mix up the words.
Yeah, make up some words, make things a little bit more challenging, put in some blanks, kick it up a little bit, make things up just with that. And how did she open about herself?
Play softball.
Softball.
Shortstop.
Now, do you have any, can you tell us what position you play?
Shortstop.
Okay. And do you have any photos of you playing?
I do, but
But?
have you been to the PE Center? No, there's like a huge poster of me actually.
Oh, cool.
Well, it's embarrassing, but yeah.
So one thing you could do is, a picture's worth what? 1,000 what?
Right.
Exactly. So, I mean, when Chris went up there, I'm a triplet, but we look nothing alike. He could have had a picture of the 3 of them.
I honestly couldn't find like a serious picture that I actually wanted to show. I had actually looked at my Facebook. I'm just like, my brothers look like idiots. I look like an idiot.
So it's, sometimes poking fun at yourself is not a bad thing. I don't think I've ever seen a picture of myself that
You're
I'm
pretty
like.
bad, to be honest with you.
Well, you haven't seen my pictures, but it's kind of like poking fun at yourself is a good thing. Now, I know it sounds embarrassing, but what you could do is pop up a photo of yourself. Pop up a photo of yourself playing. Is there like an action shot? Do you have any action photos? Okay, guys, let's get back to one voice, gentlemen. Okay, so let's get back to one voice, guys. But we could do you could do a photo on an action shot way out in the field, so people can see, the field, other players, maybe a whole team photo, or that's me in the front. Who knows? But a picture's worth 1,000 words. Not to embarrass yourself, but to once again help the audience connect more with you and using tools that you might have at your disposal. How's that sound? Okay. Now, I'd like to see you practice more because you seemed you spoke well. You did a nice job at my time, your time. You had your notes right in front of you. That was all good, but you seemed a little hesitant at times. Do you guys pick up on that? A little shy, a little hesitant. And that's okay. It's why we're doing this stuff over and over again. But so I just practice a little more. Maybe shoot like Alex is doing the video. Put up a flip phone or someone to tape yourself and videotape yourself videotape yourself a few times. It'll bring up your confidence and your poise as well. All right. Thank you. Round of appreciation, everybody.
Hey everybody, my name is Sean Callback. I am a senior here at Plymouth State. I'm not a triplet, but I'm a twin. Pretty close. And I'm presenting Chapter 6, Learning Objective Complete. So here's just a quick overview of where we're going. We'll look at the definition of a TOES matrix, which is a SWOT matrix spelled backwards. It encompasses sort of the same ideas. We'll look over the possible strategic alternatives. We'll touch on the quick conclusion and then any questions. So TOES, well, I guess I spelled TOES wrong. Well, anyway, does anybody want to read the definition?
Help illustrates
Help illustrates how the external opportunities and threats facing a particular organization can be matched with its internal strengths and weaknesses in 4 steps of possible strategy. Alright, so basically, you still do a SWOT. You take your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats, and you come up with these 4 possible strategies and directions to go with. So strengths and opportunities, SO. So basically, you want to generate ideas that use the company's strengths and take their advantages, take advantage of their opportunities. So a quick example of that would be a firm with a strong financial base releasing an innovative product. And the reason they can do that is because they have this strong financial base. So if the product were to fail, it might not be as big of a deal as if it were a small company and they invested all this money into this product that failed. So the next one is weakness and opportunities. Somebody want to read the top part there?
Attempt to take advantage of opportunities by overcoming its weaknesses.
Alright, so example of that would be to increase production through new technology, but cannot because of lack of skilled employees. So basically, through lack of training, they can't increase production because the skills aren't there. They could, like I said, maybe put their employees in a class or something along those lines. The next one, strengths and threats, ST. Somebody want to read that?
Capitalizing on your company's strengths to help avoid threats.
So another example of this would be strong legal department can help save a company from being sued. And basically that's self-explanatory. And the last one, weakness and threats, WT. You're going to just pass that along.
Ideas that may help avoid threats and minimize weakness in business.
Yep, so an example of this one would be market share loss can be minimized through customer loyalty. Even if customer loyalty is decreasing, you're still holding your market share because even if small, you still have a customer loyal base, I guess. So a quick conclusion, TOES Matrix helped generate ideas and alternatives that may not have been considered before. There's 4 major areas of concentration, and does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions?
How are you supposed to say that, Sean? How are you supposed to ask for questions?
With a slide, but I guess I forgot it.
It's supposed to be
Who?
has been. There you go. Who had my first question?
Alright, well, I got a question for you guys. Can anybody list the 4 possible strategic alternatives? Or the abbreviations? They were just up on the last slide.
SOWO.
Yep. Thanks. Alright, that's it.
Let's give some feedback. What do you guys observe? Go ahead. No, we just belt it out.
I'd like an example for each one of the SO, WSO. That was good.
Okay. What else? Yeah.
Slides seem pretty organized.
Yes. What else? Go ahead.
Yeah, an example for each slide.
Yeah.
Seemed comfortable.
You did.
Well, you could
Yeah.
making a joke about how we had like the town spelled wrong.
So using humor. And now what could you do differently next time? What did you observe? Smile a little bit? Yeah, what else? How about his eyes?
Look down a little too much.
Yes. So look, about who's next?
No, not next, but like your examples were good, but like maybe with
It's a learning objective.
the legal thing where you like maybe talk about like Ed and Norwood group because he was talking about like how people are suing him all the time.